Easy Show, where you connect with the stars.
I'm Kevin Ryan, and I'm doing it the easy way.
Experience celebrities up close. Meet the true personalities of Hollywood's greatest.
Because I'm not trying to kiss a dude like, hey, what's up, dude? Hey.
Easy takes you to the heart of the celebrities.
Making moves and carpets and major interviews. By the pop, ready and now we never lose. Never stop.
There's only one way to do it.
The easy way.
Get it, baby. Let's do it. We out of here.
Welcome, guys, to another awesome episode of The Easy Show, the best place to connect with the stars, find out the hottest Hollywood events, what's hot and popping in the business world, and connect with good opportunities and situations. This episode is brought to you by Music That Pays Magazine, Music That Pays Magazine, and also B Ladies Design Shoes. They have some really hot shoes. So this episode, man, we are doing our thing with Easy Way Broadcasting. I want you guys to check out easywaybroadcasting.com. We have all the greatest shows on there. We have a Baby Boomers live show hosted by Retha Gray from Betty White's Off Their Rockers and my dad, Mondays, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. As well as Tuesdays, we have a beauty show called Beauty Pop Live by actress Melina Gay, and she's just amazing. We have a Wednesday show, which is a video game show for those of you guys out there that like to play video games. You know, we got Good Game Gal, which is one of our Easy Way Angels, and we have TKO as well as Dr. Captain and Dig. Make sure you hang out with them because they are a barrel of laughs. And then we have our awesome show. Check this out, guys. We have one of the hottest teen shows out right now. I guarantee that. This show is hosted by Zach Callison, which is one of the voices. He is the number one voice. He's the lead voice on Cartoon Network Steven's Universe. He's in theaters right now as King Tut on Peabody and Sherman and Peabody, that movie, which is hot and rocking right now. And he's also the voice on Sophia the First. He plays the prince. And so he's our host for Easy Way Broadcasting's Teens on Air. And we have... Man, this group, I know the Ochoa fans are watching the show. What's up? Shout out to all the fans. We have the Ochoa boys, guys. That's who's behind me right there. Good friends of mine. Oh, right there. Yeah, that's who's behind me right there. The good friends of mine, the Ochoa brothers, the Ochoa boys. They're hot. They're rocking right now. They're doing performances. Look, there's their fan base. I mean, it's amazing. And they're going to be on the show today at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can call in at 914-338-1303. And check this out. The Easy Show, we give you guys all the hottest behind the scenes. We give you guys the best interviews. So we're going to go to a quick commercial break. And after that commercial, we're going to give you guys the first ever seen sneak peek, the Easy Way, of the Ochoa Boys music video. It's called Work That, Music Invasion. And I do a cool little interview with some Disney stars. And, you know, we do it the easy way. So we'll be right back.
Let's go! We just came to party, turn it
Hey, how's it going? I'm Kenton Duty from Shake It Up, and we're doing it the easy way.
Hey, I'm Kat McNamara from Girl vs. Monster, and I'm doing it the easy way.
What's up, guys? You know how we do it the easy way. We're always giving you the coolest behind the scenes in Hollywood, and I'm here with Adam Aragoyan from Shake It Up, and you're acting on a couple of other things. What else is going on with you?
Yeah, well, after Shake It Up, we finished, and then I did an independent movie called Underdogs, which is cool, and then I did a pilot. And
What'd you play in Underdogs?
It was really cool. It was like a really big martial arts movie.
Okay.
And so it's like that, but with kids. It's like a whole bunch of underdogs, to say the least, and we all end up fighting and kicking butt.
So let's go back to what everybody knows you for the show Shake It Up. How do you know how sometimes they make fun of the unibrow on the show?
Yeah.
What goes on in your head when Disney's doing that?
Oh, it's cool. No, we always joke around about it. I think the best kind of comedy is like when you can like joke about yourself.
I agree.
So yeah, I mean it's just cool for me. You know, I don't care. As long as I can bag on everybody else.
There you go. So how'd you meet the Ochoa Boys?
I met Ryan first. It was at an event. We were at a Tinkerbell event for Disney, and I had gone up to him, and his show had just finished their first season, and my show just got picked up. And so we just started talking, and I asked him like how many episodes he did, because I was new to the whole thing, and so yeah, and then he talked to me, and then we just started seeing each other at like a few events, and it was dope.
Yeah, he's cool people. So, and what are you doing today in the music video?
Well, I play like Aramis's I play the cousin to the dude that owns this place, and then I tell him that like nobody's gonna come to his party because in the video all partying is outlawed and stuff. So yeah, it's a really cool video, and Ryan asked me to be in it, and I was like, yeah. So.
There you go. All right, guys. Well, that's an exclusive with Adam. We're going to get a lot more. I'm going to get his number. We're going to hang out. We're going to follow each other on Twitter, and that's how we do it the easy way.
Hey, what's up? I'm Adam Aragoyan, and I'm doing it the easy way.
Hi, guys. This is your Easy Way Angel, Stephanie Panicello. Barbara Sandifor.
Hey, guys. Sonia Harley here.
All right, guys. So we did just see a little bit about the Ochoa Boys there, and was it Adam? Adam, I had to ask a few questions about your age, but we just wanted to say there's nothing against the unibrow. I think it's cute.
Yeah.
We actually found it very cute.
Because you're cute. If
There
you
it
were
is.
cute, I don't know about a unibrow. Honestly.
No, you're working it. Yeah. So we also did, I just want to do a shout out to Zach Callison. I did have him on the Good Game Guys show, and he is super awesome, such a great person. And that actually is a little bit about what we wanted to talk about today. It's how do you do you? You know, it's finding your niche and really staying true to who you are. Exactly. I don't know if you guys have a little bit of a, you know, how do you do you?
Do you want to? You do it.
Okay, I'll do it. Okay, yeah. Let's see, finding yourself. Well, when I started off, modeling is my passion. It's always been my passion. So I guess, thank you. But when I first started off modeling, my dream has always been to be Miss Universe. So I decided to do the Miss California pageant. And I mean, it was a big step, and it wasn't easy at all, but it was a big step. And I think really the way you can do you is by really reaching out towards your dream and your goal. And yeah, so.
I think that's good, yeah, no doubt. Okay. Doing you and finding your niche. Honestly, I really feel that you have to search for your center, the center of who you are, the things that make you click, the things that make you happy. Search for the things that allow you to connect with people around you. And I think that'll give you a center. That'll help you do you the best that you can be. As long as you're happy, you will exude that. And then, of course, get a connection with the close family members that are around you and the people, whatever it is that you're doing. If you're a dancer, a singer, an actor, like the cute guy with the unibrow, you know, then it's exactly Adam, hey. But yeah, so, you know, like surround yourself with those people that's gonna allow you to kind of envelop into the person that you are supposed to be. And you'll know it because you're gonna get feedback. Like warning always comes before destruction, right? And then your feedback lets you know that you're on the right track. So that's my input on that.
All right, so how do I do me? Finding my niche. I've realized growing up that it was gonna be really difficult to kind of fit into a specific group, you know? And once I figured out that I had to just be my unique self and just be who I am, you know, and allow myself to just be happy with that. I feel like artistically, it just broke free. I was able to be more creative. You know, I was able to talk with people in a genuine manner, you know, and all of that just kind of follows through. You know, Hollywood is no different. Hollywood is, you know, we're full of people that are artists. We're full of people that are unique individuals that really want to just be able to put out what it is that they do, put out their art, put out their love, you know, put out connections and everything. And that's something that I've done. And so I think you guys should definitely do that, you know, stay unique. So,
and just one quick thing, if you guys have any comments or want to know how to find yourself, if you go to the Easy Show 1, you can just post up any questions you have, and we will be glad to help you out with whatever it is that you need help on. That's what we're here for.
And do yoga,
of course,
like the
be
angels.
ladies, shoe
Bye,
design.
guys.
Thank you.
And we're back to the segment with the veteran of 150 movies, Sally Kirkland. Thank you. Proud to call you a good friend. Sally and I are on the board together, the Multicultural Motion Picture Association, and we're both. I try to act. She does act. And by the way, Barbara, don't ever say you try to do it the easy way or you're not doing it. You said not doing it easy or something like that. I heard what you were saying. Don't ever say those words. Go back if you don't believe me. Yeah. And also, guys, the fans page is called The Easy Show 1, letter E, letter Z, the number 1. So facebook.com/The Easy Show 1. We post the coolest pictures and behind the scenes pictures and videos and fun interviews and all the stuff you don't see on the show. That's where you're going to see on there. So, Sally, how you doing?
Hey, Easy, I'm doing good.
Thank you so much for coming down to the studio. Was it a long, hard trip?
No, I live in West Hollywood, so it's around the corner.
Oh, so I live about an hour and a half away. So. All right, well, so Sally Kirkland, I mean, I don't know where to start. You're doing so many things. You have an award show. In fact, I'd love to show your website while I'm talking about you because you have, I don't know what, 25, 30, 40, 50 awards?
Yeah.
One of those?
Yeah.
You have such an accomplished career. You've done films for a whole long time. How do we meet? Do you remember?
You and I met at a nightclub. Is that possible? Yeah.
Good answer. When you don't know, just say nightclub. That's all. No, we actually met through. It was on a film set. If you remember, it was with the director, and you were shooting a movie, and I was doing my behind-the-scenes thing with the show.
Right.
But now you're in the studio. You're in the whole Easy Show domain, and as I said with Big Boy, the Easy Show Domicidal. We're in my Domicidal right now, and so here we go. The Easy Show, and produced by Pepper J Productions.
Cool.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You sure? Okay.
Yes.
Well, I know everybody that's watching. I mean, we have audience that are a little bit younger, and then we have audiences that are older. We have the middle.
You have a baby boomer show.
We do have a baby boomer show. I don't know if they watch this show, but we do have a baby boomer show on the network. But we do have baby boomers and business people and a whole variety. It's an entertainment variety show. So I think a lot of people would want to know, what is that moment that made it happen for you? What's that moment that you knew you wanted to act, and then how did you do your first project? How did that happen?
I was 10. I was 10 years old, and I went to a place called Valley Drama Camp. And I actually did a little of Midsummer Night's Dream, Little Shakespeare, when I was 10.
Wow.
And then I was the president of the drama club in pre-high school and high school, and then I was off Broadway when I was 17.
Keep going.
Oh wow, I went to Spoleto, Italy when I was 18, and I got to be directed by Jerome Robbins, you know, the famous choreographer. And I did The Trojan Women when I was 18, directed by a very famous Greek director. I'm having a senior moment, but then I directed myself and Michael Walker, son of Jennifer Jones, and Robert Walker, in a Dylan Thomas story. And then I came back and started auditioning for Broadway and off-Broadway. I think I knew that I was going to act for sure when I was 17 and had no desire to go to college whatsoever.
Why?
Because I knew I wanted to be off-Broadway right away, you know.
Okay, I'm just trying to get to know you here a little bit on a personal level on the show.
I was obsessed with acting, and I met with Lee Strasberg, and I said, I have to be in your class. And he said, but you come from such a good family. You could marry well and have kids. And I said, no, I'll kill myself if you don't put me in your class. And that was back then. Marilyn Monroe was seeing him on Thursdays, and I was seeing him on Tuesdays. And it was an incredible time to be with Lee Strasberg. And eventually, I got in the Actors Studio. I think I was 19, and I was in class with Al Pacino and Dustin Hoffman. I brought Bobby De Niro there and introduced him to everybody at the Actors Studio.
Al Pacino and Dustin Hoffman. And
Bobby
you know,
De Niro.
we were talking about the Ochoa boys. You know, Ryan Ochoa, you guys did a movie together.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ryan Ochoa is actually he's a ambassador. I don't know if I want to make sure I said this right, but he is with the WWE or the WWF, and he supports anti-bullying, and he's like one of the kids ambassadors, spokespeople, whatever for the WWE. So he goes to schools, he speaks to them on anti-bullying, and all the brothers, they do movies, and it's crazy, and that's what we're supporting today, the Ochoa boys. And
good,
the dad
good.
was telling me, oh, we love Sally. So just like you didn't know that Pepper J was my partner,
Right.
and when you walked in the door, you were like, oh, it's this show. It's Pepper J. Okay, I get it. You know, same thing. When you see Ryan Ochoa, in fact, if we could show a picture of Ryan Ochoa, you know, maybe Sally will recognize him and go, oh, okay, and you could tell us what you did with him. And do you recognize him?
No. Was he
Maybe a different picture.
Was he my grandson?
Might be. I don't know. I was just talking to the dad, and he said that you guys were on the show, the movie together. But
Yeah.
call in, guys, or I don't know. Save me here. But no. So you transitioned into your career, and
Oh, he's beautiful.
these are like really, really young, young pictures. Maybe eventually we'll get to where he is now, and you'll recognize him more. I think it was kind of recent, from what they said.
Really?
But so you transitioned in your career, and when was it that you went into Hollywood and you first started hitting films and the bigger stuff?
Well, I was with Andy Warhol in 1964, and I did something called 13 Most Beautiful Women with Edie Sedgwick and Viva and Nico and everybody. And shortly after that, I did a film with Rip Torn called Coming Apart in New York. And then I got a call that I got a role in The Sting and The Way We Were, and they sent for me, and I came to Hollywood and got to act with Barbra Streisand, and Robert Redford actually got me the role in The Sting. I played his girlfriend.
You have such a big smile on your face when you talk about it. I love it.
Well, I love
You're
them.
very accomplished.
Yeah, and once I got to LA, I didn't want to leave, you know.
Well, that's funny because when I was interviewing Richard Dreyfuss, he said, get out of LA, get out of Hollywood, don't work in there, go to New York.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
That's what Robert Redford said to me, too. It's just that I had been a yogi. I was teaching for the Integral Yoga Institute, and spiritually speaking, it's a much higher vibration out here than New York. Oh, wow. And actually, I had a nervous breakdown in 1966, so I needed to change the environment. You know, it's very noisy in New York. I love New York, but I could never sleep, you know. So I came out here, and then I did a lot of television in the 70s, all of Aaron Spelling shows, Charlie's Angels, Starsky and
Charlie's Angels? Really?
Yeah.
Well, Easy's Angels. What do you think of my Angels, by the way? Did you like them?
Oh, they were great. Pretty, yeah. Yeah, so pretty.
What'd you do in Charlie's Angels?
I did a couple shows. Once I was in prison with Cheryl Ladd, and I helped get her out of prison. And then I did one where I was a taxi driver, and my husband almost died because of something or other. And anyway, Aaron Spelling kept me working. I did Michelle Pfeiffer's first job. It was called Bad Cats.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her, you're wasted in television. You got to be a movie star. You know? She listened.
I heard that you, correct me if I'm wrong, that you helped train Sandra Bullock and talk about the coaching
Yeah,
side.
sure.
I mean, you've worked with the greats.
Yeah, I was teaching an acting workshop in New York, and Sandy Bullock was with my manager, and he suggested that she study with me, and she did. And I had her do a play called The Trip Back Down, and I had her do Miranda in The Tempest. And
what's some of the things you taught her? What did you tell her to do?
I taught her that when the audience thinks they're going to laugh, make them cry, and when they think they're going to cry, make them laugh.
Oh.
And very thin dividing line. I call it dramedy.
Dramedy, okay.
Yeah. And she was very insecure at the time, and I told her that was her best asset because, like, she had a quality that you wanted to take her home. You know, she was insecure. She didn't think she was beautiful, and she looked just like she does now. She's totally beautiful. And we put on a showcase, and a director named Dan Adams came and hired her on the spot for her first film. It was called Religion Incorporated. Now it's called something else. And then I taught her how to do a resume. I said, whenever you do a scene, make it out that you're doing a whole production. And so she had directed by Sally Kirkland about 8 times. She sent it to Warner Brothers to casting director Barbara Miller. And Barbara Miller called me up and said, who is this girl who's got your name all the way down? I said, hire her. She's going to be a big star. And so that became a series called Working Girls that she starred in. And I helped her. I got her an agent. And,
Now you as a coach and helping her, what do you think of her in Miss Congeniality and some of these big movies?
Yeah, I've always loved Sandra. I mean, she gets better and better, doesn't she?
Oh yeah.
You know, she's just beautiful.
Can you hook me up? Can I get up roll with her or something?
I don't know. I could try. She's had her father manage her. You know, manage the business affairs, which is smart. She was with the big, agencies, and she decided to make it more personal. And she has her own production company. And actually, I just found a script that I think she'd be good in, and I'm trying to get it to her. And then
Quentin Aaron's a friend of mine, and Quentin Aaron started with her in The Blind Side.
Oh,
so Quentin,
cool.
he's probably watching. We'll tweet him. Send me the
Okay.
script. We'll get it to Quentin, and Quentin can get it to Sandra.
Okay,
We'll
that
see-
sounds good. I like that.
See how we can make that
You know,
happen.
you're amazing how you're networked into everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have an application too, so if you guys want to be amazing and you want to connect with the stars, just download the ERICZULEY app, and you can hang out with me and Sally.
So then I also coached Barbara Streisand, and she wanted to learn how to cry on cue. And we did what's called an emotional recall, and she went back to when her father died when she was 6. And the tears started coming when I asked her questions about it. And then we were working on Romeo and Juliet. I was playing the nurse, she was playing Juliet at the Actors Studio. And so the minute the tears started coming with her father who had died, I said, okay, now you're Juliet and I'm Romeo, and keep the tears going and do the Shakespeare. And she wanted to sing a song about whatever, in Yentl. And I said, pretend you're singing to your father who you love so much, and the tears started coming. So in Yentl, when you hear, Papa, do you hear me? That's Sally's coaching of the tears coming down her face. Liza Minnelli, the same thing. She wanted to learn how to cry on cue. And she took me to Vegas where she had her act. And she put a big, huge screen with Vincent Minnelli on it. And she would sing to him, and the tears would come. And then she said, my coach is sitting out there in the audience. I was so blown away standing up in front of thousands of people, as Liza's coach.
I was just on a show called The Brian Hammer Show. and
Yeah, I did that.
Did you? Yeah. And I this story, we had Wendy Elaine, I think her name is, and she's a major casting director, and we were talking about how you get yourself into that role, what you do to, if you're doing a sad role, what you do to be that character.
Right.
And there was a story where she said, and so I hope I say this right, she said that there's a little girl or a little kid, and they had to play a sad role, but it was such a happy kid. He's always smiling, and so they couldn't get the kid to play the sad role, but it was the perfect look, and they thought the kid was perfect. So she went up to the kid and she said something like, just make believe that your friend just died.
Right.
And then all of a
That's
sudden,
called As If.
and all of a sudden
As
you
if.
see the kid's face is happy. And, Go in there now! Go!
Right.
And she pushed him in. So you agree? You want to?
Yeah, I did a movie called High Stakes, which was a precursor to Striptease with Demi Moore and Pretty Woman.
Were you doing striptease stuff, Sally? Shame on you.
Yeah, I was a stripper in this movie, and my daughter was Sarah Michelle Gellar when she was 10 years old. And there was a scene where there was an attempted rape on me, and my daughter was with me, and she's supposed to burst into tears. And she couldn't cry, so I asked her mother for permission to use her mother, and I said, Sarah, I want you to really concentrate on you'll never see your mother again, ever. And the tears started coming, and right away I got the director to get a close-up of her.
There you go.
Same thing with Roseanne. I was doing a movie called The Woman Who Loved Elvis for television, and she's supposed to cry because Tom Arnold, her then husband in real life, got in a motorcycle crash, and she looked like he might die. And we do what's called an as-if. I said, Roseanne, if Tom Arnold did die, what would you feel like? And the tears started coming, and Bill Bixby was directing. I said, Bill, quickly get the camera on her and have her do the monologue 4 times straight, one after the other, while the tears are still there. And,
so there's a lot of tips and tricks to see. What about Al Pacino? You work?
Yeah, I worked with Al Pacino in 1964 in Does a Tiger Wear a Necktie, which he then did off-Broadway and Broadway, but by then I was in L.A. And I played a Puerto Rican. I played Rita. I said, let's take the trip down to the river to get a bag of sheep. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Let's make love. And Al asked me out, but I've always been into guys being taller than me. You know? And I said, Al, you're shorter than me.
I'm pretty tall.
Yeah.
Should I be careful?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I could take you as my escort to some premieres.
That works for me. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, you never know.
Hey, she goes to big
you see.
premieres. No.
And so Al, when I was teaching at the Lee Strasberg Theater Institute, Al came to be a guest speaker. And he told all 300 students, he said, you know, your acting coach turned me down. You know, I had a crush on her. I wanted to take her out. And I said, yeah, and you know what you said to me, Al? And he said, what? I said, you're going to be the biggest star. I'm going to be the biggest star you've ever seen. And you were, Al. You were.
And so, listen, I know you got a lot of new projects coming up and things happening in 2014, and you know, promote yourself.
Yeah, I just did a film playing Jamie Kennedy's mother, in Buddy Hutchins. That's in post-production. I did another in post-production called Suburban Ethic with Matthew Gubler, who stars in Criminal Minds. You know, the young kid. And John Waters acts in the movie rather than directs. And the girl from Broke Girls, Two Broke Girls, long dark hair, space.
Angels, do you know who that is? Okay.
You do, James?
I love the show though.
Anyway, her, and Mackenzie Phillips, and that's in post-production. Cool. And if you go to SallyKirkland.com, it generally gives you all the information on what I'm up to.
That's SallyKirkland.com. Okay.
And I'm an ordained minister in the Church of the Movement of Spiritual Inner Awareness. So if you go to www.msia.org, you find out all the things that I've been doing for 40 years spiritually. You know.
High five on that one.
High fives, yeah.
High five to God.
I did a wedding once where Ringo Starr was the best man for his road manager.
Wow.
And I said to him, you know, purple is a very spiritual color, and you might look for the color purple. We were in his garden at his house, and there were purple flowers all around. And when his road manager and his fiancée were standing there facing each other, and I was doing the wedding ceremony, suddenly I said, and I now pronounce you husband and wife, and 2 purple butterflies flew in and intertwined and flew out.
Oh, wow. That's
Ringo Starr's mouth
good luck.
dropped. Yeah.
Well, guys, if you want to know more about Sally and you want to hang out and you want to interact with Sally, all you got to do is download the application, theeasyshow.com, go to our fans page, The Easy Show 1, letter E, letter Z, the number 1. And we're kind of out of time now, unfortunately. I'm normally looking at you guys, but I'm like zoned in. You have so much to talk about. Can I have you on the show again?
Yes, I would love that.
Yeah.
I love you.
So, say, you know, really quick, I'm Sally Kirkland, and you're doing it what way?
I'm Sally Kirkland, and you're doing it the Easy Show.
The easy way. I'll help you out.
You're doing it the easy way. You're doing it the easy way.
We're all doing it the easy way. All right, and before we go, guys, I want to say really quick, this is the official party water of the Ochoa Boys. Yuki, we do have your signed bottle by the Ochoa Boys, the Power Rangers, and the dad on Tyler Perry's House of Pain. So here it is. It's ready for you. We are going to be bringing you on the show pretty soon, and the Ochoa Boys personally are going to be handing you your ornament, your trophy, signed by all the stars, the official party water bottle. So you guys are hanging out. It's The Easy Show. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Sally Kirkland, one more time. Big round of applause, guys. Catch us next week and follow the fans page, guys. You're watching The Easy Show, and keep doing it the easy way.
Easy way. Life is hard, that's why I wrote it easy way. Life is hard, that's why I wrote it easy way. Life is hard, that's why I wrote it easy way.